Hi there, this is Chris, Chapman Cat Motor Legends. Today I'm going to be talking about a new jacket from the American brand Klim. It's the new Latitude jacket. But I'm not going to be going into great depth about all the features and details of the jackets, the vents, the pockets and so on. Basically today I'm going to be talking about the differences between the old Latitude, what one might call the Latitude 1, and the new Latitude 2. In a few weeks' time I'm going to do a more in detail review of the features of the jacket and of course the pants as well. Klim offers what might be termed road-going outfits and adventure outfits. And in both categories they have a standard offering and a premium offering. For a premium one might occasionally substitute the phrase feature-laden. In the adventure sector they've got the Badlands, and then below it they've got the Carlsbad. In the road category there's the Kodiak, and then this offering sits one level below it. This is the Latitude. Now it may be something to do with our perverse nature here at Motor Legends, but in both cases we actually prefer the lower model to the one that sits above it. Has something, I suppose, to do with our focus on comfort. The Badlands is, it has to be admitted, a masterpiece. It's festooned with features and technology. But the Carlsbad, the one below it, is simply nicer to wear. And the same applies in the road sector. There's the Kodiak and then this outfit, the Latitude. The spec on the Kodiak is impressive, but in comparison to the Latitude, it is just much less comfortable to wear. The fact is that we only discovered the Latitude quite recently, but we swiftly fell for its charms. It's quite simply one of the nicest Gore-tex touring and commuting outfits that we've ever offered. It's got a lot going for it. But no sooner had we taken it on than we learned that there was a new version coming. Well, the new version has arrived. Lots of things have changed, but we're not sure whether the changes constitute an upgrade or a downgrade. So let's talk about the Latitude and the changes on the new version. The original Klim Latitude was a two-layer laminated Gore-tex jacket. It was softer and easier to wear than most of the laminated jackets we offer. The fit was slim, which is what you might expect of an outfit that's been very much designed for road riding. It was pretty well vented, as you would expect of a company like Klim. It was equipped with level 2 D3O throughout, but it did not include a thermal liner, which is never a problem for us because we always prefer to supply our own mid-layer. We had some minor gripes with the Latitude. The absence of zips at the cuffs was one of them because that made it difficult to get any kind of waterproof glove or the cuff of a waterproof glove inside the sleeve. But in terms of EN 17092, the Latitude was higher rated than its superior brother, the Kodiak, and Klim offered the Latitude in a short version, and that was a godsend for those who are vertically challenged or perhaps for those who've got a bit of a tummy. Well, the new Latitude, this jacket, is now here, and whilst we applaud some of the changes that Klim have effected with this new version, it is difficult to ignore the suggestion that in some ways the Latitude has been downgraded. The new Latitude does now indeed have zips at the ends of the sleeves. That's going to make it easier, as I've suggested, to put the cuffs of a waterproof glove inside. That's important in our view. With the new jacket, you get two adjusters on the side here. That's going to enable you to cinch the jacket in. On the old version, there was just one strap. You also get the same on the sleeves. We've got two straps, one here on the bicep, one on the forearm, and on the old jacket, there was just one. On the new version, you can release a gusset here at the hem to allow the jacket to splay a little bit when you sit on the bike. The vents are better placed on the new jacket. We've got these vents here on the sides. These pockets also act as vents. We've got vents on the back, and we've got a vent that runs all the way up the side of the jacket. The patches here, the leather patches on the elbows, are now perforated again for just a little bit more breathability. And so in just about every respect, the new jacket can be seen as a successor to the old one. In many ways, it is the same jacket, it's just a little bit different. It's an evolution of the original Latitude. Now, Klim has gone to great lengths to make the new Latitude more comfortable to ride in, and that is laudable. But therein potentially lies the problem. The old Latitude rated AA under EN 17092. This one, the new one, only rates A. Now, we understand how this has happened. Klim has used panels of stretch here under the arm for comfort and also across the back. But the Darmstadt machine, which is used under EN 17092 to test for abrasion resistance, simply does not like stretch materials. And clearly its incorporation in this jacket has been enough to downgrade the jacket from AA to single A. And it's unfortunate that as a result, lots of people are going to pass over or ignore the Latitude because it does not meet the AA standard that many people these days consider to be desirable in a technical jacket. I think Klim should be praised for trying to make the new Latitude more comfortable than the old version. What confuses us a little about their decision is that nobody ever really thought that the old one, the previous version, was uncomfortable. In fact, quite the contrary. I think I've already stated that we thought that the Latitude was one of the most comfortable two-layer laminated Gore-tex jackets on the market. Now, the inclusion of this stretch material under the arms, we understand because it is going to make the jacket more comfortable to live with. This material is somewhat less abrasion resistant, but under the arms is not really a high risk zone. The stretch material across the shoulders, however, seems somewhat less justifiable. Sliding down the road on your shoulders may seem unlikely, but let's face it, it's got to be possible. But where we think that Klim has definitely gone too far was their decision to downgrade the armour in the Latitude from level 2 to level 1. The old Latitude had level 2, this now has level 1. The rating of the armour has nothing to do with the CE rating, so just because the jacket went from AA to single A, Klim didn't have to downgrade the armour. And whilst level 1 armour, the level 1 armour that's included in this new suit, will, I suppose, make the jacket a little bit more comfortable, I'm afraid that level 1 armour is not what most people are going to expect in a jacket like this that's costing £900. We've also often pointed out that a single A rated jacket with level 2 armour can be more protective than a AA rated jacket with level 1 armour. But we can't suggest that here because what Klim has given us is a single A rated jacket with level 1 armour, and so we think that's a shame. There's one other small issue with the new Latitude, and it doesn't affect the performance at all, but we are really disappointed that Klim has dropped the short configuration of the Latitude. There aren't many brands that offer this, but what it did, it caused the Latitude to stand out from the crowd. It put the jacket perhaps on a slightly higher level. It's not difficult to understand what Klim has done with the new Latitude and why they've done it. Here at Motor Legends, we are, of course, big believers in the concept of passive safety, that it's all about creating an environment where the rider is comfortable and totally relaxed on the bike so that all their concentration can go into the task of staying alive. So we very much applaud Klim's direction of travel. Personally, I don't think I would have a problem riding in an A-rated Gore-Tex jacket. After all, the much more expensive and superlative Rucker Nivala is only single A rated, as is the Klim Kodiak. And in both cases, the rating of those jackets has to do with stretch material being used in areas where the tests demand higher abrasion resistance. But I've got to say that we still have a question mark over the use of this stretchier, less abrasion resistant material in what we consider to be the slightly more important area here behind the shoulders. We find, however, even more confusing Klim's decision to downgrade the armour from level 2 to level 1. Level 2 D3O, after all, is still pretty comfortable. D3O level 2 is more comfortable than many other companies' level 1 armour. If they had really been minded to make this jacket comfortable and not decrease the level of protection, they could always have used level 2 Ghost armour. Indeed, I think that's what we might be recommending to some people when they buy this jacket. If they're worried about the level 1 armour, put the level 2 Ghost in. But the fact is that as a consumer, you shouldn't have to, when you're buying a jacket at this price, you shouldn't have to swap out the armour. Now, what is clear is that the new Latitude is going to be a terrifically comfortable jacket. We're a bit disappointed in the CE rating, we're a bit disappointed in the armour, but this will be a phenomenal jacket to ride in. Also, of course, there is a new Latitude pant that goes with the jacket. This review hasn't been about looking at all of the features in detail. What we've said about the jacket in terms of the principles, the armour, the rating and so on, applies just as much to the pant as it does to the jacket. Happily, what we can report, however, is that the Latitude pants still come in 3 lengths. If you'd like to see more Klim gear, visit the website motorlegends.com. If you want to learn more about the Latitude in particular, then if you click on one of the links on the screen, sometimes they're up there, sometimes they're down there, that will take you directly to the relevant page on the website. There you can check out the spec in a little bit more detail, you can check availability, and obviously if you want to buy the jacket or the suit at that point, you can do that there and then. When you buy from us, we try to make the process as simple, straightforward and risk-free as we possibly can. There is no delivery charge on any item of protected wear that you buy from us. Returns are totally free, and what's more, we give you a full 12 months in which to decide whether you do want to return something to us. We have the best price promise in the business. Now, John Lewis was rightly famed for his never knowingly undersold price promise. We go one stage better. If you can find anyone selling anything that we sell at a price that is below ours, then we will beat that competitor's price by a full 10%. Now, there are a few terms and conditions associated with what we call our price beat. Nothing particularly onerous, but if you are going to attempt to price beat us, I suggest you go over to the website and check out what those terms and conditions are. If in the future you'd like to receive bulletins from us about new products, then if you go to the website, at the top of every page there's a piece of script that says newsletter sign up. Click on there and in seconds you'll be in business. In future you'll receive our email bulletins. If, however, you prefer to get your information videographically, that is to say in this form, then we would simply be delighted if you wanted to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can do that by clicking on the button below. Finally, I'd like to make mention of our fabulous little shop here at Motor Legends. We are based about a mile from the centre of Guildford, a mile from the railway station, and as I've suggested, it's a small shop. It's got a small footprint, but it's attached to our warehouse where we have more than £4 million worth of merchandise arranged over 3 stores. It technically makes this the second largest motorcycle apparel shop in the UK, but we think that we are far more than just the amount of merchandise we have here in the building. We're all about service, we're all about personal fitting. If you want to check us out, visit Trustpilot. We have the highest 5-star ranking in the business. When you turn up here, we'll serve you only the finest Italian illy coffee, or we'll serve you proper Yorkshire tea in a proper teapot. And who knows, if you're lucky, you might even get to sample one of our delicious motorcycle-shaped shortbread biscuits. Anyway, this has been Chris. I hope to talk to you again soon.